This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final, where Sporty Balls and Lug Nuts meet to greet. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, and we're always presented by the L2C Media Network. And with his Sporty Balls full and huge, here's our man, Steve the Bex Bexley. Hey, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. Let's get one ad out of the way so that we can have a little program. Can we turn down at least enough where I won't get canceled? YouTube is very strict on things like that. Yes, very strict. Yesterday we did our, as you can see, we're back at the base. Yesterday we did a short show from our the bedroom, the boudoir, my boudoir, and it was okay. But I missed this. I missed the Fred McLeod Sports Desk, and we're back at it. So, without further ado, and can we just move that way? Thank you. Hey, that's better. We got some good stuff for you, and yes, it's Monday night. We'll do the Monday Night Football quarterback, and then on Tuesday we will bring you the rest of Week 2's shenanigans. But right now, let's you and I do a little traveling. If I can just, there we go. Let's get to this, shall we? Not wasting any time. Let us get to the big game on Monday night, which was the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers from the not-so-frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. And how special was this? Well, the Lions don't get to play on Monday night too often, so the team decided to take advantage of this week's primetime opportunity by unveiling a new uniform combo. That's right. When the Lions took to the field in Green Bay, they were decked out in all white, although that's a common color scheme for many NFL teams. It's not something the Lions usually wear. This is true. Lions normally wear white uniforms on the road, but they almost never wear white pants. As a matter of fact, the game against the Packers marked the first time since 1949 that the Lions have worn white pants in a game, and it's the first time ever that they've gone all white pants with a white jersey top. Now, for most of their history, Lions have either worn silver and blue. Lions did their best to keep the white pants a secret, and we all know that because they didn't even announce that they'd be wearing them until, well, the day of the game. The Lions, unfortunately, even with the new road unis, well, they did their best. But again, their best was not good enough. And they took a royal bombardment by Aaron Rodgers. The final score, that's right, final score was 35-17. Game just concluded. And just like that, all seemed right in Green Bay. The Packers were able to earn their first win of the regular season by defeating their NFC North rival, Detroit Lions, 35-17 at Lambeau Field. And that said, it did look like the Packers' struggles that indeed were apparent in their opening loss to the Saints were going to rear their head again as Detroit came out firing on all cylinders. They took an early lead thanks to a 75-yard touchdown drive to open the game and even went into the half with a 3-point lead. But Aaron Rodgers, were able to step on the gas in the second half, outscoring the Lions 21-0 to close it out. Rogers finished with 4 touchdowns on the night while completing 22 of 27 throws for 255 yards. While Rogers had himself a bounce-back night, the Packers' offense did flow through. Running back Aaron Jones for the bulk of the winning effort. He finished with 67 yards rushing. While catching all 6 of his targets for 48 yards, he also had 4 total touchdowns, 3 receiving, 1 rushing, which tied a Lambeau Field record. Meanwhile, Jared Goff connected on 26 of 36 throws for 246 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. TJ Hawkinson was his go-to target, catching 8 passes for 66 yards and a TD. So, where do they go for week number 3, you may ask? Simple. From here, the Packers will head to San Fran for a prime timer against the 49ers, fresh off a win over the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. The Lions will pick up the pieces and await the Baltimore Ravens, who will visit Ford Field after beating Kansas City in week 2. Boy, are we going to have fun on Sunday, aren't we? Final score. Green Bay 35, Lions 17, and we continue this look at the scoreboards. We go to our baseball section here. Yes, we do have a baseball section. That's right. Let's give you tonight's baseball scores. By the way, all of our scores are presented to you by our friends over at Caesars Sportsbook, who are grateful to remind you that we are all Caesars. And the sound you're hearing is the sound of my fan, so just sort of ignore it and it'll go away. No. Okay, let's get you to the scores of the games that are still going on, and believe me, there are a few. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Houston Astros lead the Los Angeles Angels 2-0. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Braves lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 9-3. In the 8th inning, top of which, very good, Mariners were the Athletics 4-1. Let's go for some final scores. Kansas City Indians 7-2, 7-9-0 for the Royals, 2-6-0 for the Indians. Singer with the win, he's 5-10. McKenzie with the loss, he's 5-7. The Detroit Tigers beat the Chicago White Sox 4-3. 4-0 for the Detroit Tigres. 3-5-1 for the White Sox. Hutchinson got the win for the Tigers. He's 2-1. Kimbrel, the White Lion. Kimba. Got the loss. He's 4-5. And Lang got his first save as a Detroit Tiger. Wahoo. Cincinnati Reds overcame a blatant comeback by the Pittsburgh Pirates and beat them 9-5. What a way to make a living. 9-11-0 for the Reds, 5-8-0 for the Pirates. Sessa gets the win for the Reds. He's 5-2. Ponce gets a loss. You realize in 5 starts he's yet to win a game. In 10 innings, the Florida Marlins did in the Washington Nationals 8-7, 8-8-0 for the Marlins, 7-12-3 for the Nationals. Floro gets the win. He's 6-6. Clay gets a loss. He too is winless in 5 starts. Well, it took the Phillies to help the Warriors become the plain old ordinary Orioles. Orioles beat the Phils 2-0, 2-9-0 for the Orioles, 0-4-0 for the Phils. Means got the means to deliver a win. He's 6-7. Suarez gets a loss. He's 6-5. And Wells gets his 3rd save. Very good. Yankees beat the Rangers 4-3, 4-7-0 for the Yanks, 3-7-0 for Rangers. Green with the win, he's 8-7. Alexei with the loss, he's 2-1, and Chapman with his 28th save. Tampa Bay Rays continue their winning ways. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-4, 6-11-1 for the Rays, 4-5-1 for the Jays. Baz gets the win, he's 1-0. Ray gets the loss, he's 12-6. And Ennis gets his 2nd save. Let's see. Let me do a little checky check. Okay, that was the second game for the Royals and the Indians. First game for Royals and the Indians. Royals won 4-2. The final score 4-6-0 for the Royals, 2-4-0 for the Indians. Tapina gets the win. He's 2-0 for the Royals. Whitgren 2-8. And Barlow gets his 14th save for the Royals. Yes, indeed. Finally, St. Louis Cardinals beat up on the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 5-2, 5-9-0 for the Cards, 2-3-0 for the Brews. Lester, the winner, he's 6-6. Peralta, the loser, he's 9-5, and Garcia with his first save. And we're going to go to a brief, our little mention, by the way, of what's coming up tonight here on the YouTube networks. And I guarantee you, all of you folks at Comicsgate, you are going to love this. Why are you going to love this? Why not? Looks like EVS and DA will be talking. EVS and the DA try to peg Preston's lawsuit. There's a speed running court, and Tim Pool is weird. Those are the subjects that'll be handled tonight with the humble Minnesota attorney, Mr. Nick Rakita, on Lost Blaming the Interwebs tonight at midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central Time on the Rakita Law Network right here on YouTube. Please, please, by all means, enjoy his show like you enjoy ours. But not too much, because we want you to enjoy our show. Because if you don't enjoy our show, boy, oh boy, we're going to be so mad, aren't we? Yes, we are. And I don't know why we'd be mad. Anyway, I think literally we are finooed with the plug. We are. Okay, yes, we are. We are done with the plug. So now with the plug is done. Yes, with the plug done, all of us now hail. Yeah, I'm talking because, why am I talking? Because we're trying to get things situated so we can go back to where we were. Boom. Hey, we're here. Don't you just love that? We go from one general direction to another. Let's, you want to do the headlines now? Okay, let's do this. Let's do the headlines. Okay, in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors take training camp invites seriously. In 2016, they signed JaVale McGee to a training camp deal that eventually led to him contributing to their next two championship teams. Now they're given a similar opportunity to several big-name guards as they attempt to do a rebuild for next season. According to Mark Spears of The Undefeated, the Warriors are working out Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, and one of their own, former backup Quinn Cook, this season. The plan, according to Spears, is for the Warriors to work out a wide variety of free agents. They'll play 5-on-5 with the idea that they'll ultimately sign two more guards and one more big man before training camp. Now, training camp contracts do not guarantee roster spots during the regular season. Teams are allowed, however, to carry 20 players in the offseason, but only 15 during regular season. The Warriors have 16 players under contract, along with one two-way player, but the contracts of Gary Payton II, Michael Moeller, and Damian Lee are non-guaranteed. So if anyone stands out at camp, the Warriors can create a spot for them by sacrificing a goat. Thomas, former All-Star, has worked out for several teams this offseason, including the Lakers and Mavericks. The Lakers ultimately signed Rajon Rondo for their last guard spot, though, and Dallas went with Frank Ntilikina. Thomas most recently played for the New Orleans Pelicans and has bounced around the league like a basketball since injuring his hip in the was a Boston Celtic. Bradley and Cook both played for the 2020 Lakers. Bradley left for the Heat, struggled with injuries. Cook was waived in the middle of the season to preserve a roster spot. Now, the Warriors tried to sign Patty Mills with their taxpayer mid-level exception, while Jordan Poole impressed in a limited role last season. Golden State will probably prefer to have a veteran option behind Stephon Curry. Thomas, Cook, and Bradley will all now have a chance to prove that they deserve to be that veteran. We wish them well, do we not? Yes, we do. Okay, let's get to the. Okay, we did the unveiling of the new things. Let's go to the college basketball story if we can, guys. Thank you. College basketball story. Yes. The second-ranked recruit in the let's try that again. The second-ranked recruit in the class of 2022, Derek Lively II, committed to Duke this evening over a final list that included Kentucky and hometown favorite Penn State. Lively numero dos, who was the top uncommitted five-star in his class, puts Duke into the driver's seat to secure the top spot in the team rankings for the cycle with his commitment. Lively II is the third five-star commitment for Duke in the 2020 class, and the third top 10 prospect to commit to the program since July, joining Derek Whitehead and Kyle Filipowski, a center from Bellefonte, Pennsylvania's Westwood School. Lively II follows Filipowski as the second center in the class for Duke and what will be the first recruiting class to arrive on campus this fall. First recruiting class to arrive on campus next year for Mike Krzyzewski's successor, John Scheyer. The writing appeared to be on the wall that Lively was leaning heavily towards Duke after Kentucky. The runner-up in the race pivoted with UK coach John Calipari and assistant Chin Coleman paying a visit to five-star recruit Adam Bona in a move that seemingly foreshadowed the decision. Bona is a center and considered a Kentucky lean, with Lively's commitment to Duke potentially paving the way for him to eventually become a Wildcat. Now, while Duke moves into the number one spot in the team rankings for now with a big recruiting win, Kentucky figures to still be a factor moving forward to unseat its rival Blue Blood. Kentucky is favored to land five-star recruit Kason Wallace, a top 10 player in the 2022 class, and the staff remains in a great spot to land Bona as well. The commitment gives Duke a fourth commitment from a five-star, since Scheyer was named Krzyzewski's successor earlier this summer, and it comes just 4 days after the program secured its first five-star in 2023 in point guard Caleb Foster out of Oak Hill Academy. Yes. Thank you. There we go. I kind of like the way we got this now. Okay, in baseball, congratulations. Royals catcher Salvador Perez has made history with a home run Monday afternoon in Cleveland. Perez broke a tie with Hall of Famer Johnny Bench. This was Perez's 46th blast of the season. It was the most of any primary catcher in a single Major League Baseball season. Perez is appearing Monday in his 118th game behind the plate. He served as a DH for 34 times. The record here recognizes players that appeared in at least 75% of their games in a season as catcher. Perez now stands at the top. Here are the catchers in Major League history to hit at least 40 home runs in a season. We got a three-way tie for sixth place between Mike Piazza in 99, Mike Piazza in 97, and Johnny Bench at 72 with 40 home runs. Then Roy Campanella in 53 and Todd Hundley in 96 with 41 take fourth place in a tie. Javi Lopez in 2003 with 43 and third. Johnny Bench again in 1970 with 45. And Sal Perez in 2021 gets the top dog. Bench congratulated Perez on the accomplishment on Twitter. Un hombre muy fuerte. A great man. Congrats, Sal Perez. Most home runs by a catcher in a season. Catching royalty. Get the pun? Perez is also up to 115 RBI, though that's still a far cry from Bench's record of 148 set in 1970. Now, in terms of making history, Perez likely isn't done. He's now right on the heels of the Royals franchise record. The top 5 of those Royals single-season home run leaderboard goes like this. Gary Gaetti, 95 with 35 in 5th. Steve Balbone in 85 with 36 in 4th. Mike Moustakas with 38 in 2017. Sal Perez, 46 in 2021. And Jorge Soler in 2019 with 48. Now, further that little respite, Perez is now tied with Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Major League lead in home runs. He came into Monday tied with White Sox slugger and reigning MVP Jose Abreu for the lead in RBIs, meaning that he's now at least temporarily pushed ahead. Now, it's incredibly unlikely that Perez can do anything to pass Angels two-way star Shohei Ohtani or Guerrero in the race for the AL MVP, but he's putting together quite the case for finishing 3rd place. No matter how we look at it, this is far and away the best year of Perez's career. He's already in the history books with more coming. You could say he'll go down in his store. Well, you get the rest of it. Okay, we got another little NFL tidbit. It was a harrowing 3-point win for Dallas Cowboys over the LA Chargers, but it nearly wasn't. And you could point at a myriad of mistakes made by the Cowboys that could have awarded the Chargers the win, but it was Dak Prescott and company who had the final shot of driving the nail into the opponent's coffin. But a timekeeping gaffe at SoFi Stadium sent head coach Mike McCarthy and his coaching staff in a tizzy. With the game on the line, so as it turns out, what was initially viewed as a gargantuan brain fart by the Cowboys regarding their end of the game clock management weren't nothing at all. Ding. That's right. Weren't nothing at all. Standing at the Chargers' 41-yard line with 33 seconds remaining in regulation following a 3-yard gain by running back Tony Pollard, the Cowboys allowed 29 critical seconds to run off the clock on 3rd down before finally stopping it with a timeout. But why? A lot of people, including the broadcasters, wanted to know. Considering Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott had already racked up 180 combined rushing yards with 2 touchdowns on the day, it only makes sense Dallas would use that time and down to run one more play and hopefully get a previously struggling Week 1 Gary Zerline closer for a potential game-winning attempt. Well, as McCarthy explained it, the clock at SoFi Stadium went blank, so the Cowboys had no idea how much time was left as the timer rapidly approached 0, nearly forcing overtime in the process. Ooh. It only took the coaches in the booth screaming down to the headsets on the sidelines to call timeout. The insanity of it all isn't lost on McCarthy, though, especially considering it could have changed the outcome of the game. He said and added, "I've never had a clock go off the board on me like that. The 2nd down, we were trying to chip away and just get a shorter field goal. We were going to attempt a 3rd down play and then kick it on 4th. That was the time frame we were in. 17 seconds, I think. So we were right on the threshold. You get these 2-minute drills. You have thresholds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 17 seconds. We were right at the threshold there for our operation. Once you get below 17, that's a threshold. Well, they never got the chance, though, to run it to the 30-second mark for the 3rd down play. But thanks to his assistants being quick on their toes, the timeout got called, the clock was stopped, and Zerline, well, he made a miracle happen. And huzzah. Okay, we keep going here. Man, we may end early. That's a shock. Let's take you for one more little baseball tidbit here before we go a bouncy boo-boo. We go. The Tampa Bay Rays debuted another from their seemingly never-ending supply of incredibly talented pitchers Monday night. Right-hander Shane Baz was summoned for this start, and he ended up out pitching potential AL Cy Young winner Robbie Ray. Rays won, as we said, 6-4, with Baz recording the victory. Baz needed only 65 pitches to get through 5 innings. He didn't walk anyone while striking out 5. He allowed just 2 hits, but unfortunately for the ERA, both were solo home runs. Still, there's no shame in coughing up the occasional gopher ball to the Blues. 239 home runs. Baz's stuff was pretty excellent. 29 sliders, 29 fastballs. On the slider, on which he leaned so heavily on, he got 21 swings and 11 misses. The 22-year-old Baz came to the Royals organization several years ago after being drafted in the first round out of high school by the Pirates. He was sent with Austin Meadows and Tyler Glasnow in the much maligned Chris Archer trade. Heading into this season, he was pretty wildly considered a top 100 prospect in baseball, though there were wild variations within that. Baseball Prospectus had him ranked 24th, while MajorLeagueBaseball.com had him at 90th. CBS's sports prospect expert, R.J. Anderson, said he's good, in essence, long-winded. In 78 2/3 innings between AA and AAA this season, Baz had only a 2.06 ERA and .80 WHIP, along with a ridiculous 113 strikeouts to 13 walks. He also missed time to pitch for the silver medal-winning Team USA in the Olympics. Now, it's clear that Baz was ready to join the majors after these 3 stops, and he showed as much against one of the best offenses in baseball. Regarding the pitching talent and depth the Rays have, the rich got richer on Monday. That's right. Do we have a chance? Can we do it? I think we can. Yes, we can. Let's take you through the standings as of right now. And here we go. Tampa Bay, still the top dog, 93-58. They're 7 up on Boston at 86-65, 8.5 up on Toronto at 84-66, 9 up on the Yankees at 84-67, and 44.5 up on the Baltimore Orioles at 48-102. The Orioles have been eliminated. In the Central Division, Chicago White Sox continue on top at 85-65. 11.5 up on Cleveland, 73-76. 12.5 up on Detroit, which has been eliminated at 73-78. 16.5 up on Kansas City. Boom, boom, boom. Kansas City, here we come. Do I have the bell? Is there a bell? Do we have bell? Yes, we do. Good. We do have the bell. Kansas City also eliminated, 16.5. Now, and of course, the White Sox are up 16.5 on Kansas City at 69-82. They're 20 up on Minnesota, also eliminated at 65-85. In the West, the Houston Astros have more reason to celebrate. They're still the top dog at 88-61. 6 games up on the Oakland A's at 82-67. 8 up on the Seattle Mariners, almost called them Seahawks, at 80-69. They're 16 up on the LA Angels, eliminated at 72-77. And they're 33.5 up on the already and have been eliminated Texas Rangers at 55-95. In the National League, the Atlanta Braves have it up, and oy vey at 77-70. They're 2.5 up on Philadelphia at 76-74. 5.5 up on the New York Mets at 73-77. 14.5 up on Miami Marlins at 64-86. And 17.5 up on Washington at 61-89. In the Central Division, uh, Milwaukee Brewers, they're playoff bound. They're on the top at 91-59. They're 10.5 up on the St. Louis Cardinals at 80-69. 13.5 up on Cincinnati at 78-73. They're 24 up on the Chicago Cubs at 67-83. And they're 35 up on Pittsburgh at 56-94. Pittsburgh eliminated. Cubs could be eliminated by the middle of this week. Cincinnati probably a week after. In the Western Division, San Francisco in the playoffs, 97-53. Dodgers, they're in the wild card, but they're one. Let's try it again. San Francisco still top dog. They clinched the division title. Is that true? No. It's a Z, guys. They clinched the playoff berth, but not the division title. That's still being disputed. 97-53 for the Giants, who are one up on the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers at 96-54, 20.5 up on San Diego at 76-73, 26.5 up on Colorado at 70-79, and 48.5 or 48.5 up on Arizona. Colorado, I think Friday might be given the E, and San Diego might be given the E on Sunday, which means San Francisco and Los Angeles, the way they're going, we might see them in a one-game playoff. We'll just have to, as they say, wait and see. And that is why they call it Das Blues. Now, let's get to the scores from the minor leagues, and we're going to go AAA. No, there's nothing wrong with the car, but we do have a little karma for you. There we go. Bottom of the 7th inning, Salt Lake leads Reno 9-5. Bottom of the 6th, Vegas over Sacramento 5-2. Final scores, we got them. You want them? We'll give them to you. Sugarland over Albuquerque 5-3. 5-7-1 for Sugarland. 3-5-0 for Albuquerque. France with the win. He's 6-1. Mujica gets a loss. He's 12-2. And Blanco gets his 21st save. Round Rock over Oklahoma City, 10-1, 10-16-0 for Round Rock, 1-4-0 for Oklahoma City. Miller with the win, he's 4-3. Jackson with the loss, he's 3-2. He's 2-2. Excuse. And Tacoma and El Paso. Tacoma beat El Paso 7-2, 7-10-1 for Tacoma, 2-11-0 for El Paso. Fiesta gets a win, he's 4-0. And Kuzia gets a loss, he's 0-1. We go from the triple to the double alpha. There are no games scheduled, so we go from double to high A, and guess what? No games scheduled there, so we go from high A to low A. There are no games scheduled there either, so guess what? We got it easy, folks. So we continue on. We have reached 12:12 in the morning. We've been on now for 33 minutes. So let's keep going here. Do we do the UFC yet? No, we'll do that tomorrow. We do that tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much for telling me this. I take you to our favorite thing here, and that's our international. And we always start off with soccer. Soccer made in Britain and other places. Women's International Friendly, Brazil over Argentina, 4-1. Scottish Cup, Berwick over Gretna, 2-1. Irish Premier Division, Bohemians and Derry City, tied at 3. Spanish La Liga, Barcelona, Barcelona. And Granada tied at 1. Italia Serie A, Napoli over Udinese, I the nephew, 4-0. Danish Superliga, Aarhus, in the middle of the street, Aarhus, in the middle of the Aarhus. in the middle of the street. Our house. Madness for you folks. Our house beats Silkeborg 2-zip. In Portugal, Benfica over Boa Vista 3-1. Sporting Braga over Tondela. Oh, 3-1. Russian Premier League, comrades. Ural. No, not Oral, but Ural. Over Lokomotiv Moscow. Actually, they ended up in a 0-0 tie, so there couldn't have been any overs. There could be unders, but never an over. Zenit St. Petersburg over Rubin Kazan. Very good actor. 3-1 final score. CSKA Siska Moscow over Spartak Moscow. 1-zip. Und Sweden AIK over Göteborg 3-1. Hammarby over Varsbergs 1-0. In Major League Soccer, Colorado Rapids, Vancouver Whitecaps ended in a 1-1 tie on the streets of Brazil. It was Cuiabá and Fluminense tied 2-2. Which means we go, ladies and gentlemen, full bore to some media bites for you. And boy, are they biting tonight, kids. We got a couple of things from ESPN that all involve the NBA. So why not? With Maria Taylor at NBC, a prediction we made looking for work, ESPN needs a new host for their NBA Finals coverage next summer. That Malika Andrews has replaced Nichols in October on a new daily NBA show that fills the void left when ESPN canceled The Jump. In addition to that, there was a report from Andrew Marchand in New York Post Sports Clicker newsletter, or newsletters, that there are multiple candidates for the Finals hosting gig, including ESPN personality Mike Greenberg. That's right, Joe hoyed me. According to Marchand, Greenberg is one of a few candidates, including Ellie Duncan, Cassidy Hubbarth. Presumably, there are more names as well, though Greenberg has always sort of functioned as ESPN's utility host, popping up in places where there's a new vacancy that includes his work this year on the NBA draft, replacing the out of sight, out of time Trey Wingo. And if Greenberg wants the gig, it does make sense that his name would, say, start popping up in reports like this. Similar to when Adam Schefter's name came up as a possible third host for the new Manning cast, considering ESPN and Peyton's production company, Omaha, ended up going without a permanent third host at all. It's obvious that not everything reported is revealing of the network's thinking, or lack therein. Of course, there's a pretty big reason why Greenberg would be a surprising choice for ESPN here. Yes, he's hosted NFL draft coverage. He has a daily presence hosting Get Up, Get On Up, Get Up, Get On Up. And he's been a longtime face of the network across multiple platforms. But it's important to remember why this vacancy exists after the PR disaster this past summer, with one Taylor leaving the network after it was revealed Nichols had accused ESPN of giving Taylor hosting duties because Taylor is black. Shock to us all. And Nichols is not. Handing that gig to a white dude would set ESPN up for a massive and fairly justified backlash. Considering Greenberg has plenty of other opportunities at ESPN, and they have many qualified candidates, it's hard to see him ending up on that stage next summer, though, as we all know, things have happened. And believe me, when you talk strange things, you... Speaking of ESPN and the NBA, as we were just a few moments ago, we say to congratulations, Malika Andrews. Why? Well, when ESPN canceled The Jump in the wake of the Rachel Nichols controversy and rumors of a clandestine little romp with a basketball player in the bubble in Orlando, a continued rumor that is yet to be confirmed and or denied, it was clear that they'd be replacing it with a new daily NBA show. The NBA is a cornerstone property for ESPN. Plus, they have plenty of airtime to fill and plenty of potential panelist contributors on staff. Today, the four-letter monolith announced that the new show with a very familiar title, NBA Today. Welcome to NBA. Da 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 da. You see the best in basketball when you watch the NBA. When you watch the NBA on CBS. Anyway, NBA Today is on its way in October, coinciding with, by the way, the start of the NBA season. The big news, though, is who will be hosting it. Malika Andrews. News first reported by Ben Strauss at the Washington Post. Andrews replaced Nichols as the on-court reporter for the NBA Finals this summer after comments, and we don't have to go through them again. And hosting NBA Today is another big sign that ESPN sees Andrews as the main face of their NBA coverage. Might see her as the main face of college football. Or no, or college basketball. You never know, no. ESPN announcement includes mention that the hosting duties come as part of a multi-year contract for Andrews. In other words, she's going to get a shipload of money. I said ship. As for the show itself, it sounds like it'll attempt to emulate, not eliminate, but emulate NFL Live more than it will try to be the Jump 2.0. As Post Report mentions, it'll have more structure. So yes, this will be sort of the NBA version of NBA Live. NBA Today will originate from ESPN's Los Angeles Production Center and will air Monday through Fridays, 3 to 4 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. The October 18th debut of the show will air on The Deuce. NBA Today will also travel to Marquee NBA events, including the NBA Finals, for on-site shows. The show will have a year-round presence on ESPN. Exclusive Today will regularly appear on ESPN social media platforms. Now, it's been a very quick rise for Andrews, who joined ESPN in 2018 and is now set for a very visible daily hosting platform in addition to NBA Finals and other duties she's picked up over the summer. And to her, everything is coming up roses. Just, Malika, I know you don't know about this program or about me, but take advice from a sports fan. If you're near any tape recorders or if there's a hot mic, run away from it. Thank you. 22 minutes past the hour of midnight here in the Oasis. Midnight at the Oasis. There you go. I miss doing that. Sue me. I miss doing that. I got to do it one more time. Make me feel good. Midnight at the Oasis. Thank you. Thank you very much. I needed that. I did. Don't forget, tomorrow, Tuesday night quarterback. We decided after the disaster we had Sunday, we'll just do the night quarterback thing on Tuesday night. That way everything will be done. And we won't screw up. No. But the rules stay the format will stay the same. We pick 5 games that we will be doing total recaps of, and the rest we'll just do mini caps. That's mini caps, CAP, not mini camps. Now, I do believe we take ourselves to our last segment before we say our good night to you, my friends. And you are my friends. That's right. Hopefully it will be a quickie. So if we're ready, let's go to it. Okay. I think we got the... Oh, yeah, we said this one, okay? All right, it's time for a little Japanese baseball from the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The Seibu Lions defeated the York Buffaloes by a score of 6-4. Takahashi gets the win. For Lions, he's 11-5. Honda didn't make it at all simple, folks. He got the loss. He's 0-1 for the Buffaloes. You could say he got buffaloed. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks delivered the golden punch against the Rakuten Golden Eagles, 5-4. Matsumoto for the Hawks gets the win. He's 2-3. Tanaka gets a loss. He's 4-6. The Chiba Marines beat up on the Nippon Ham Fighters by a score of 1-0. Ishikawa gets the win for the Marines. He's 3-2. Kawano gets a loss. He's 2-4. The Yokohama Bay Stars over the Chinichi Dragons, 6-0. Romero gets the win for Yokohama. He's 3-2. Ogasawara gets a loss. He's 7-8. The Yakut Swallows and the Hiroshima Carp ended in a 2-2 tie. No winner, no loser, no kidding. Boom, boom. Okay, let's get you an update on the 3 games that are still going on in progression before we call it a Fred. Let's go for some updates here before we say goodnight. Seattle Mariners lead the Oakland Athletics in the 9th inning, 4-2. In the 8th inning, the Atlanta Braves are beating the Arizona Diamondbacks 9-4, and the Houston Astros lead the World Series defending champ that's the Los Angeles Dodgers. These are the other team. Oh yeah, Houston Astros. They are downing the Los Angeles Angels by a score of 6-0. And once again, repeating the final score, Green Bay Packers outdueled the Detroit Lions 35-17. Lions are 0-2. Pack are 1-1. On Tuesday, we'll let you know how the Rabbi did, how Uno did, how my mom did, and how I did in week 2 and in total therein. But that's it. We've made it. We have made it. It is 12:26. We made it through an entire broadcast tonight, folks, and we thank you for watching and listening and caring enough to send the very best. And as we begin to shut it down for tonight, I want to tell you that we'll be back tomorrow at this same time, 11:35 p.m., for the latest sports news and comedic views of said sports news. Until then, for everybody here at the Fred McLeod Sports Desk as part of Sports Final, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley saying, as always, may your sporty balls be filled to the rim, and may they never suffer a hit. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Have a great evening on the West Coast. Have a great morning on the East. We'll see you later. Oh, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Now hit that button.